Okay, so every week you obviously have a weekly math folder, and we just finished week 8. So you'll go into Schoology into your weekly math, and for this week, you'll see your weekly math 8 work, your the quiz, and then the number talk discussion post. We'll add that to every week, so don't be alarmed if it's not there on like week 10 or whatever. We'll add it every week. And so, is it okay if I show them like the data?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So then what we did to decide what question to do our number talk on, we looked through your data, and you guys did really well actually, but we saw that number 6 was the lowest that you performed on, so we decided let's have some extra practice on that and hear what your guys' thinking was when trying to solve that problem. So that's kind of our thinking of how we pick the problem. So then I went to questions and found that it was Chelsea went to a store and bought 4 packs of paper for $1.98 each. How much did she spend? Did you guys have some trouble with that? A little bit. So
of all the problems you had troubles with, this was the one. My assumption is it's because of dollar signs and labels.
I bet.
But nonetheless, it's still good to go beyond the problem and see how you thought about this problem, even if you got it right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So can you zoom out again for me? So then you'll go to the number talk question 6. The title will always have what question number we're going to talk about for that week, so you'll know which number you guys need to talk about. And then we have our directions. So using Explain Everything. Who has used Explain Everything? Have you all? For the most part.
And if you haven't, you'll figure it out really quickly.
Yeah. So using Explain Everything, record how you thought through solving the particular problem that we give you. So the directions. So you must record your voice and provide a drawing or image or illustration to show your thinking of how you solved the problem in your head, whether you got it correct or not. So even if you got 100% on it, we still want to see how you solve that problem so then other people can look and learn from you. They Explain Everything should be no longer than 2 minutes. I made a video as an example, and it took me about 52 seconds. So it's really not going to be a long video at all. You'll save your Explain Everything to your camera roll, and then you'll upload it to this discussion post. There's a little plus sign, and then you can select it from your camera roll. And then the big thing is you must comment on 3 other posts with constructive feedback, questions, or any realizations that the video provided for you. So as much as good job is a compliment, that doesn't really tell them what they did well or what they could maybe work on for next time. So Mr. Pottinger and I have kind of done a little model of what we expect from you guys. So
I'll zoom out.
So when you guys upload your videos, it'll just be like a running thread, and then you can comment.
For this problem, Chelsea had 4 packs of paper at $1.98 each. And we need to know how much money she spent. So I rounded $1.98 up to $2, multiplied that by 4. Then I know that 98 cents is still 2 cents away from a full dollar. So then I had to subtract the 2 cents. Multiply that by 4 as well. I know that $2 times 4 is $8. And then 2 cents times 4 is also 8 cents. And I still have to subtract those. And then I know that $8 minus 8 cents is $7.92.
So that explained how I came up with the problem. I not only was writing it out, but I was also talking about what I was doing. And then...
So, Miss Ackerman, was that like what was going on inside your head when you solved that problem? So you're basically taking what was happening inside your head and you're putting it into an Explain Everything so everyone else can, like, figuratively see what you were doing or, like, go into your head to see how you solve that problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and then we could have easily done it with just a recording of our voices, but this way you can actually see, like Mr. Prodger said, you can see how I was lining things up, how I was doing the distributive property, things like that, so you can actually see what I was doing. And then a constructive comment was, Ms. Ackelman, I never thought of rounding $1.98 to $2 to make the multiplication easier. Thank you. This will help me double check my work in the future by using mental math. So he not only gave me a specific detail of the video, but he also said how he could use a video in the future. So that's kind of what we want in your comments. Yes, Danny.
So if you're doing the video, do you explain how you got your answer or what the correct answer was?
So the process that you got to your answer.
So it's like you made a mistake with the round number, or like put like a dollar sign. You just put like, I got this answer, but I forgot to put this or this.
Yeah. And
Well, wait. No, so if you got the answer wrong, you should know what you did wrong. We want you to explain then how you would do it in your head. So I think you want to get to the right answer. Right, Ms. Ackelman?
Yeah. So if you do it wrong, you can say how you did it wrong, but then what you would do to get to the right answer. Yeah. And then comment on 3, and then that's going to be kind of your discussion with other classmates to see what other people have done. And we'll also go over this in class, right? We'll show some videos so that the whole class can see, because you don't have to watch everyone. So sometimes you might not see, like Alex's every week, but we might show it in class and then you'll be able to see what his thinking is. So that's the gist of Number Talks. Do you have any questions about it? Do you have anything to add?
I just have a question for you guys. Ms. Ackelman showed how she solved that problem. I know this was a couple of weeks ago, but does anybody else remember vaguely how they solved it? If they were going to do it in their head, or how they solved it? And was it different? So some of you are raising your hand. Was it different than what Ms. Ackelman did? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what we don't want you to do is we don't want you to show us that you took $1.98 and you multiplied by 4 and did the traditional old-fashioned way. And if you did do it that way, which I'm sure some of you did or a lot of you did, we want you to show us how you could have done that in your head without multiplying by 4 and writing your 2 and carrying your 3. We do not want the traditional algorithm or the traditional way of solving. We want to know how you did do it in your head or how you would do it in your head. Again, I asked the question, did some of you do it differently than what Ms. Ackelman did in your head? Okay, and if you did not, how would have you done it? Okay. Now, this one's going to be a little bit more challenging because you just saw what Ms. Ackelman did. You will not ever be able to see someone else's video until you post yours. The discussion post will be closed until you post your video, and once you post, all the other videos will pop up. So the only way that we have repeats is if people solve it the same way, which I know is going to happen a lot. Okay, but on the flip side, you won't be able to see how anybody else did it and copy them. Make sense?
Lily, do you have a question?
What if you did something wrong?
If you did something wrong in your video?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem at all. Okay, do you get questions wrong in assignments in this class? Yeah. Do you guys raise your hand and ask for help on questions? Is that what we're supposed to do? Yeah. So if you get something wrong in the video, is it going to be a big deal? No. Okay, somebody may comment on it and say, hey, just so you know you did this wrong. That's just going to help you learn, right? I don't think there's anybody in this class who's a big meanie that is going to make you feel bad about it, and if they are, they have to deal with me or Ms. Ackelman, right? Okay, so if you get them wrong, and we actually talked about this with Mr. Weiber, her professor, this morning. If you get them wrong, okay, that's okay, because people can learn from your mistake as well. You know? So hopefully you feel safe enough in here where you're like, if I get it wrong, I know it's going to be okay. I'll just learn from it, and other people could learn from that as well. Answer your question?
And just know if we show yours in class, it's not that we're going to pull up and be like, oh, they did this wrong. Let's all pick out what they did wrong. It's more of just a learning experience, because I bet if one person got something wrong, a lot of other people did the same thing wrong. So it's just a learning experience. So don't worry about getting anything wrong. We're here to learn from that.
Okay, and then I would just say the last thing, and we'll stop the video because we're in about 10 minutes, is in your Explain Everything, you have to save it to your camera roll, and then you upload from your camera roll into the discussion post. If you haven't done an Explain Everything before, it'll make total sense. It's pretty quick. Okay? You should not spend an hour trying to figure out what to do with this. Get this, sit down, turn on your explain everything, do it, submit it. This is not something that's supposed to be a long process for you. Tell us what you thought. Think back to that problem. Well, how did I do this? If you can't remember, how would you do this problem if you had to do it again? Good, Miss Ockelman?
Yep.